Let's get going. Welcome to our chair yoga class. It's part of our Grow with GoGo series. So on Wednesdays and on Fridays, we have classes, chair yoga, and functional fitness. Before we get moving, just a quick reminder of what else GoGo offers. So in addition to these classes, you can access rides, meals, groceries, medication delivery, and home services. So that's really anything that you need done in or around your house. And you can access all of these by calling one number, and that phone number is 855-464-6872. We have a referral program. So if you go to the bottom of your GoGo receipts, there is a code. If you give that code to a friend, once they've taken their first service with GoGo, you will both receive $10 in credit. So just a nice win-win if you know someone else who would benefit from GoGo's services. We also have a Facebook page. So if you ever want to connect with other GoGo members or see how other people are using GoGo, you can find us on Facebook and we'll share a link to our page in the chat. And now to the meat of the program. If we haven't met, I'm Adra. I teach the yoga and the functional fitness classes here at GoGo. What do we need today? So for our chair yoga class, it's primarily seated. It's a pretty low-key, stretchy, relaxing, very accessible class. So I have a chair here. A sturdy chair would be good, so something that's not going to fall out from underneath you. I prefer no armrests, but if all you have is armrests, that's fine. I prefer no wheels, mostly so that it doesn't wheel out underneath you, but also if all you have is a wheelie chair like an office chair, that's fine too. Whatever you have. If you are in a wheelchair, you could just lock your brakes so you don't roll around. Stand, you can skip that part, no problem. Let's see, we are Friday, so there is no move of the week. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to have one more sip of coffee and we'll get going. So here in a moment, my screen should pop up nice and big. If for some reason it doesn't pop up big, you can adjust your settings. So what you can do is you can move your cursor to the top right-hand corner of your Zoom screen and a box will pop up that says View. You can change the view to speaker view so you see me nice and big. Or gallery view if you want to see everybody else. I'm just going to move my mic over here. Great. You also might find that you get muted during class. So during class, we don't usually talk or take questions, but then at the end of class, there'll be plenty of time to ask questions and chat. So just know that if you do get muted, it's just so that the sound quality is good for everybody. Let's get going. So find your comfortable seat. Let's just take a few moments and take some circles with your torso. There's really no right or wrong way of doing this. We're just waking up our body and inviting our body into this space. Go ahead and circle the other way. And just a reminder that this is your time and your practice. So if you ever need to take breaks or add something or subtract something, you are absolutely welcome to do so. Make this work for your body. Go ahead and come to center. Let's do a few shoulder rolls forward. And a couple shoulder rolls back. And then allow your shoulders to relax. Go ahead and close the eyes or soften your gaze to the ground. And tune into your breath. Begin to notice the natural rise and fall of your breath. Begin to notice where you feel the breath in the body.
And maybe allow your breath to slow down just a tiny bit. Finding slightly longer inhales and longer exhales. And then take a moment to set an intention for your practice. Maybe noting what's brought you to class, or noting if there's something you'd like to cultivate, like strength or flexibility or calm. Go ahead and set that for yourself now. And we'll take a deep breath in through the nose and let it go out the mouth. One more time, deep inhale in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or open them. Begin to rotate the head, no. So just turning the head right and left. Just finding that motion in the neck. Noticing any tension. And then nodding the head, yes. Looking up and down. And then going side to side, we'll do bring one ear towards the shoulder. So it's sort of a side stretch of the neck. Come through center and then other side. So the shoulders stay relaxed when you do this. It's just the motion of the neck. We'll go one more time each side. First ear towards the shoulder. Whatever range feels good and safe. And then other ear towards the shoulder. And back to center. Let's inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling. So be kind to your shoulders. If for some reason you have an injury, you could always do this with just one arm. And then exhale, arms lower back down. Think about really reaching through the fingertips like you're trying to touch the ground and then the walls to the side. Inhale, circle the arms out to the side and then trying to touch the ceiling. And back down. Let's do that one more time. Next time your arms are up though, you'll stay up. So no rush, but once you're up there, hold. Good, keep breathing. We'll reach one arm higher than the other. You could bend the opposite elbow and switch. So we're just alternating, reaching one arm and then the other. I like to bend one elbow and then stretch the other, but you could keep both arms straight if that feels better. Almost like a nice morning stretch, reaching as tall as you can. This can be as slow or as fast as you want. And let's go ahead and come back to center. Let's inhale, pull the elbows back and the chest forward. So we're stretching the front of the body. It's like a seated cow pose. And then exhale, push your palms forward and round the back. Curve the spine, tuck your tail, tuck your chin. I'll give you a side view. You don't need to move. It's just so you can see. Inhale, we bend the elbows, chest comes forward, elbows go back. So we're stretching the front of the body. It's a back bend. And then exhale, curve the spine, tuck your tail, tuck your chin, stretch your back. Keep going, follow your pace, your breath. So don't worry about my speed or anybody else's. Make your way back to center, sitting nice and tall. We'll go into some twisting here. So we'll inhale, twist our spine one direction. I'm just letting my hands slide on the legs. And then exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, we twist one way. Exhale, we twist the other way. Keep going at your own pace. Maybe one more time each side. And bring yourself back to center. Let's move our attention to our feet, going into some alternating heel raises. So lifting one heel and then the other, just feeling that motion within the ankle, the foot, and the calf. So the front third of the foot, so the toes and the ball of the foot stay down. The heel and the arch are what lift. You're welcome to continue like this, or start to move into some marching. So actually lifting the entire foot off the ground, the knee moves towards the chest and bringing it down. So either is fine. We're just warming up those legs a little bit. Maybe one more time each side. And then letting those legs relax. Let's go ahead and interlace those fingers and push your palms forward, stretching the forearms, stretching the hands. So I like my hands about shoulder height, but if you prefer for your shoulders, you could have your arms lower. That's totally fine. So find whatever height works for you. And go ahead and release. Let's bend the elbows, cactus arms. So, or maybe more like W-shape arms. So we'll go W-shape arms, palms face forward. Let's inhale, stretch the arms up towards the ceiling. Then exhale, bend the elbows, go back into that W shape. I like to use my fingers as well here. So if you'd like, inhale, we open the palms, spread the fingers, reach tall. Exhale as you bend your elbows, make fists. So keep going at your own pace. Again, as always, don't worry about my speed. Move with your breath, with your body, as fast or as slow as you want. No rush, but next time your elbows are bent, we'll stay there. Relax your fists if you have fists, and bring your arms forward in front of you like you're holding a platter. From here, elbows stay close to your side and your elbows stay bent 90 degrees. We inhale, externally rotate the upper arm so that the Thumbs go back, fingers point out to the side, and then exhale, bring those hands back to hold that platter. We inhale, externally rotate, elbows stay close to the side, arms are still 90-degree bend, and then pinkies come towards each other. Keep going at your own pace. So we're just playing with the rotation of the arms. Next time your arms are out to the side, go ahead and pause. Let's straighten out those arms to this side. Then we're going to flip the palms to face forward, then down, then back. So all these quarter turns. So now the thumbs are down, pinkies are up. We are now in internal rotation of the shoulders. And then we are going to bend the elbows and take the hands behind your back. It is up to you how high up the back your hands go. So I'll just show you different places that your arms could be. So you could be low by your low back and hips. You could be kind of in between. You could also be trying to reach towards your shoulder blades. Just make sure that wherever you go, it feels safe and okay on the body. 3 deep breaths in this internally rotated position. This can be hard on the shoulders, so don't overdo it. And release those arms, shake them out. Let's give our arms a break and move into our legs. We're going to be stretching one leg forward and back. I'll turn sideways for this. You don't have to move. So we'll be moving our right leg. So we'll inhale, straighten the right leg forward in front of you. Sit towards the front edge of the chair. If you're too far back, this is going to be hard to do. And then exhale, bend the knee and pull the leg as far back as you can go. Right, so we just want to get some nice bend in the knee. We inhale, stretch the leg forward. Exhale, bend, slide the foot back as far as you comfortably can. Keep going a couple of times. Of course, if your chair has something that's blocking you, you just bend until you hit that blocker, right? You don't have to go under your chair. We're getting some motion in the knee and the ankle. Next time your foot is forward, your leg is straight, we'll pause. From there, you're going to point and flex your foot. So toes reach down towards the ground and then toes reach up towards the ceiling. We're moving through the ankle. The next time your foot is flexed, we'll pause so the toes are up towards the ceiling. Your right leg is straight, your left knee is still bent. We'll inhale, lean forward a little bit and feel the stretch intensify along the back of the leg. And then exhale, sit tall. Keep going forward and back. Inhale, leaning forward. And exhale, sitting back up. Just following your breath. Then we're going to hold the stretch. So you can hold the stretch sitting tall. You could hold the stretch leaning forward, bracing yourself with your hands. You're also welcome to bring your left forearm to your left thigh if that helps. That right hand can be anywhere. Try and keep your spine long. So we're not trying to round the back to come forward. That's not the goal. The goal is to really pay attention to the back of the leg. So thinking about bringing your sit bone, so that hard bone in your bum that you sit on, away from the back of the knee. Now, some added options here. You could keep your foot flexed, or if you prefer, you can point your foot. And what that'll do is it will move the stretch more to the top of the foot. You might still feel that hamstring stretch, but know that that's an option today. So if it feels good to stretch the top of the foot, you can bring the sole of the foot to the ground. That will stretch the top of the foot. Or if you want more of that stretch along the back of the leg, you can flex the foot. You can also go back and forth. Do about 6 more breaths. Go ahead and bring yourself back up. Rebend that right knee. Gently windshield wiper your knees side to side. And we'll find the second side. So left leg straightens out in front of us. We'll start with pointing and, oh no, we're not pointing and flexing yet. We're bending and straightening the leg. Forgot about this one because we don't do it very often. So from the leg straight in front of you, and then you're going to bend the knee, let the leg slide back. I'll turn around so you can see a little better. So that left leg is straight in front of you, and then you're bending the knee and pulling the foot as far back as you comfortably can. So we're just trying to get that nice bend in the knee. And of course, if you can't go under the chair, that's totally fine. Just stop where you need to stop. All right, next time your leg is straight, we'll stay there. Now we point and flex the foot. So toes reach down towards the ground and then up towards the ceiling. Next time your foot is flexed with the toes up to the ceiling, go ahead and pause. We inhale, lean forward, feel the stretch intensify along the back of the leg, and then exhale, sit tall, back away from the stretch. We inhale, lean forward. Exhale, sit up. Keep going at your own pace. And then we'll go ahead and hold the stretch. So it's up to you whether you sit tall to hold the stretch, you lean forward, bracing yourself with your hands. You could also bring your forearm to your thigh. Left arm can go anywhere. Thinking about getting that sit bone, so that hard bone in your bum, away from the back of the knee. And then for the foot, it's up to you. You keep the foot flexed, or you could also point the foot, pressing the sole of the foot to the ground, to just see how that changes the sensations in your leg. So whatever feels better today, or a bit of both. Let your jaw relax. 2 more deep breaths. And lift your torso up, rebend the knee. Let your knees windshield wiper side to side, just shaking it off. All right. Feet can plant down. We'll interlace those fingers again. Push the palms forward, and now we'll reach the arms up towards the ceiling. 2 or 3 deep breaths, really trying to lengthen and lift your rib cage away from your pelvis. So we're trying to create some space in our waist. And go ahead and release those arms. And let's take those legs out wide if possible. So going as wide as is comfortable. Depending on your chair, you might need to scooch forward or back in your chair. Just a place where your feet can actually be on the ground. Just make sure that your feet aren't off the ground and dangling. Otherwise, you won't be steady or safe. So if they are dangling, make sure you can like push your toes down into the ground or move where you are in your chair, because some parts of the chair are lower than other parts, so that you are firmly planted. Let's go into a side bend. So you'll lean to your right. You can bring your right palm on your thigh, or you could bring your right forearm to your thigh, or if you have an armrest, you could go to your armrest as well. And then your left arm can stay down by your side, could reach out to the side, could go up towards the ceiling, or all the way overhead. So whatever you'd like. You are stretching. So that entire left side body, breathing into the waist, breathing into the rib cage. And then bring yourself back up to center. Pause for a moment. Just feel the differences right to left. And we go to the other side. So leaning to the left, you can brace yourself on your hand. You could bring your forearm to your armrest or to your thigh. Right arm can stay down, go out to the side, up to the ceiling, or all the way overhead. It is up to you, whatever feels good. Your sits bones are grounded. You're breathing into that waist and rib cage, stretching that side of the body. One more deep breath. And bring yourself back up. Take those legs back towards each other. And just find yourself sitting nice and tall. We're gonna cactus our arms and then go into a variation of arms. So it can be eagle arms. So we'll bring the right elbow over the left and hook up our elbows. Hands could be separated. They could also touch, or you can hug yourself. So those are your 3 options: hugging yourself, hands separated, elbows nestled, hands touching, elbows nestled. Whatever variation you'd like, we're going to do very gentle twisting right and left. Then come back to center. Take note of which arm is on top. Release and switch, so other elbow on top. So if you did the same as me now, we do left elbow on top. You can hug yourself. You can keep the elbows nestled and your hands separated, or your elbows nestled, hand touching, whatever you want. Same motion, little twist right and left. Just notice what you're feeling as you move your spine and stretch those shoulders. Make your way back to center, release the arms. And we're going to move to our standing part of class. If you don't want to stand, stay seated, no problem. You can do some motions and stretches here, anything you want, really listening to your body, whatever inspires you. If you do want to come up to stand, we're going to make our way behind our chair. If you cannot get behind your chair, find a wall, find a table, find something to hold on to for some balance support. We'll start with a chair dog or an upside down L position. So hands stay on your support. You'll walk yourself back, bringing your torso towards parallel to the earth. It doesn't need to be parallel. So if it's better for your torso to be up high, that's fine. If it's better for your elbows to be bent, that's fine. If it's better for your knees to be bent, that's fine. Figure out what works for you and take a couple of deep breaths. And then lifting your torso, taking your time, walking yourself back up, nice and tall. We're going into a tree pose variation today. I'm going to turn and face you so that you can see. You can keep facing your chair. I'm just going to hold on with one hand just so you can see. You don't need to do it this way. So we'll begin by standing on that. I'll mirror you if you are looking at me, on your left leg. And then we'll bend the right knee and turn the right knee out to the right. So this is option one. So both of my feet are still on the ground. It's that left foot firmly planted and the right foot is just toes down. And I'll take off my socks. You might be able to see a little bit better. So I'm sort of propping myself on the toes. The right heel is sort of resting on the leg. That's option one. And then you try and find your balance here. Another option would be to just have your foot turn out with the sole of the foot completely on the ground. That's also a balance challenge. And then your third option would be to lift that foot completely off the ground. And we'll just go right below the knee, so lower leg. We're not going, I mean, if you have a practice of bringing your foot all the way to your inner thigh, that's fine. But we're looking for some variation of tree pose. So I'll say all of those again. You're holding on with one or two hands. You can either have that right foot on your kind of side of the calf below the knee. You could have your toes down with your leg turned out, or you could have your sole of the foot down with the leg turned out. So it's your tree variation. If you need more challenge, you take your hands off of your support and maybe hands come to the heart or they hover over your support. Hands come back to your support. We lower that right leg down. You can shake it off. And then we'll go to the other side. So I'll say all of those options again. We turn that left leg out. You could have the sole of the foot down. So that would mean you have one leg pointing forward and one leg pointing out to the side. That's just to get the rotation. Even when your feet close together, this becomes a little bit harder on your balance than if your feet were further apart. If that feels okay, maybe you bend your knee a little bit, just having the toes on the ground, letting your heel, your left heel rest on your right leg. Third option would be to bring your foot up off the ground so it's on the lower leg. Again, you can be holding on with one hand, two hands, or no hands. Two more breaths. Then releasing the legs, shake it off. One more standing pose. We're going to go into a little bit of a chair pose. So feet can be maybe 6 inches apart, toes point forward. We'll bend those knees, hips go back, chair pose. You can keep holding on to your chair, or you could reach your arms forward in front of you or up alongside those ears. 3 deep breaths, whatever variation you're in. Go ahead and straighten out those legs, relax those arms, and we'll make our way back to our seat. No rush. Once you're in your chair, we'll do just a few seated cat-cows. We'll inhale, open the chest, arms can go out to the side. And then exhale, round your back, arms can reach forward. Just a few more. You can really play with the arms. You can do different things with the arms. It's just to find that motion in the spine. All right, and coming back to center. All right, to my favorite pose, some figure four. We'll bring that right ankle to cross over the left. So that's option one. Letting that right knee open out to the side, kind of just like when we did our tree pose. You're letting the knee open out to the side. Option two, you bring your foot up onto something. So it could be a stool, it could be your like a footrest, it could be a block. Option three, you cross your ankle over your thigh. If you're option three, but not quite, sit up to something higher. So find a stool, the armrest of your couch, some cushions, whatever you'd like. Move the torso, take some circles. Be curious here as you move. So we often have areas that feel really tight and areas that we don't feel the stretch at all. So just notice. Feel free to circle the other direction. And then find a place where you'd like to hold the stretch. Wherever you feel like the stretch is really interesting, feel free to hold there. Go ahead and lift your torso back to center. Gently undo your legs, shake them off. And we'll go to the other side. So left ankle can cross over the right, let your knee open out to the side. Your foot can prop up onto a block, a stool, an ottoman, whatever you have. Or ankle can cross over the thigh. Feeling free to sit up higher. Once you've found your position, find the motion in the torso. So circle the torso, noticing areas that you might avoid. Sometimes when we circle, there's a spot where it's like a little jagged and you move out of it. Pay attention to that. Are there spots where you are unintentionally avoiding? Noticing how this side feels compared to the first side. Feel free to circle the other direction if you haven't switched. And then feel free to find a position that feels good and hold the stretch. Go ahead and lift yourself back to center. Undo your legs, shake them off. And then sitting nice and tall, planting those feet, we're gonna massage our head and neck a little bit. So just using your fingers, maybe starting at the temples or the sides of the head. We'll do little circles, massaging. And you can allow yourself to just explore. This should feel good. So if there's an area that you really want to massage, just start massaging it. Maybe you want to go to your hairline. Maybe you want to go to your jaw. Maybe you want to go to your neck. We'll just spend 1 minute doing this. So don't skip out on those spots that just really need a little extra love. Maybe it's your shoulders. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. You could just do some circular motion. You could even just do some tapping, and that can feel really nice. Just a few more breaths. And gently let that go. We'll inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling. Heart, close the eyes. Take a moment, check back in with your intention if you set one at the start of class, and just acknowledge it. And then take a moment to thank yourself for taking time to take care of your mind and your body. Namaste. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining. Pleasure as always. We have a couple of minutes now if anyone has questions or thoughts, questions about class. So either this class, yoga, or our functional fitness class. It is Friday, so there is no move of the week.
Hi,
Oh,
it's Kathy in Naples, Florida. I just wanted to let you know that my mother joined us today. She's 99 and 5 months old.
Incredible. Oh, I'm so happy.
Did you enjoy it, Mom? Yeah. She said yes, she enjoyed it.
Yeah, heard that. Wonderful. And Kathy, what's your mom's name?
Rosemary,
Rosemary. Oh, I love that.
thank you very much.
Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
I see in the chat too, Patricia saying hi, and so is Miss Chloe. You can put
Hey
it in
there,
the
Ross
chat.
here.
Hi, Ross.
A couple things. One, the last time we did the yoga class that I participated in, um, at the end where you had to rub your head and stuff like that and tap and everything, one of the things you did was massage the ear. Why I mentioned that is because that same day or that morning, I had heard a person speak on their research on the vagus nerve, and that rubbing the ear or massaging the ear, the two halves of the vagus nerve would be like the heartbeat, how the pacemaker might do that. They're dealing with devices that would then on the other side of the vagus nerve where they would relax and stuff, kind of like what yoga does. And then here they said, well, if nothing else, you can massage if you don't have a chip in you and it, regulating this, then you might just massage your ears. And so when you did that, I go, ding, like one of those idea things go off. And I was going to mention that to you, and then I forgot. And then we did the other classes, on the chair exercises and stuff. So that didn't bring myself, my brain back to the massaging of the ears. But it was just kind of neat that, just pulling it. I remember Carol Burnett on her TV show years ago would tug on her ear to let her mother know that she was, thinking of her, but also the idea that, that tugging on the ear might be relaxing her before she went on stage or, before the show started type of thing. So here this, all serendipities, comes together into synchronicity. Uh, Pertaining to the class, when you first started, you said inhale through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. And then you didn't mention anything about inhaling and exhaling. Is that the only option, or how did you want us to? I kept trying to do the nose inhale and then the exhale in the mouth. And then when we started moving around and stuff, I thought, I was thinking more of the breath than the rest of the exercise. So help me there. The breathing is always something, that I'm trying to be conscious of, because I felt I was doing too shallow of breath because I was thinking about what I was doing and not necessarily the yoga aspect or the breathing aspect and its beneficial characteristics. Thanks.
So, for the breath, I meant just inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, just for those first few breaths. But you're so right. I didn't actually then describe what I usually want. So usually I specified at the beginning, out through the mouth, because there's something very relaxing of exhaling out the mouth. Generally in yoga, we try and do breathing in and out of the nose. Our nostrils really filter air well. It really regulates how much air enters and exits the body. But of course, sometimes it's really hard to breathe out of the nose. And so in which case, breathing out of the mouth is fine. I tend to prefer breathing in through the nose, so no inhaling through the mouth. But of course, if you have some kind of obstruction, you can't breathe in through the nose, then, breathe through the mouth. So I try not to be too picky and how you do it, as long as you keep breathing and you link your breath to your movement. And then the point you made about the vagus nerve. Yes. So for those that don't know, we have these cranial nerves. So these are nerves that exit off of our brain. We have nerves all over the body, but our cranial nerves are the ones that come out of our brain. And our vagus nerve is cranial nerve 10, and that regulates a lot of functions, and it branches to all sorts of different places. And it's called vagus because vagus means wanderer. And one of the ways that we can access the vagus nerve, yes, is to put our hands in our ears and do a little stretching and massage. But there's so many ways that we could potentially affect the vagus nerve. Vagus nerve affects digestion and other things like heart rate. So if we change our breath, that can change our heart rate, in which case that could affect the vagus nerve. So it's really interesting that, like, basically so many things that we do in everyday life can create an effect on some of these nerves. But that's really cool that Ross, you heard an article, or I guess heard an interview of someone talking about accessing the vagus nerve through the ears. And yes, they have devices that can do stimulation there for someone who has maybe some challenges with vagal nerve stimulation. Hopefully that answers the questions there. Anyone else have any thoughts or feelings?
Yes, could you give me the information for your YouTube channel, please?
Yes, we'll put you want the information for the YouTube channel?
Yes, please.
Yes. So we will put that in the chat here in a moment. But you will also, when you get the invites, usually the YouTube channel is there on the invites. So you can click there, but it's now in the chat. So if you open up the chat, you can click that link and then click subscribe. If you click subscribe, then you'll get notifications when new videos come out.
Thank you, beautiful. God bless.
V's also put the calendar there, a link to the calendar. So if anyone needs a reminder. Oh, because we're May. Oh my gosh, we're already May. Any other questions before I let you go? All right. Well, have a wonderful weekend. Great to have you as always. Wednesday will be yoga and Friday will be functional fitness next week. I hope you have a great weekend and I'll see you next time.